You're probably overpaying for poultry feed, and it's costing you far more than money. In my life as a poultry veterinarian and consultant, I've seen countless farmers pour their earnings into commercial feeds, desperately trying to improve flock performance. But here's a harsh truth. Many of those pricey feeds aren't significantly better than cheaper, smarter alternatives. The key? Understanding how to unlock the value in agricultural byproducts, like cassava peels. What if I told you that something you've likely been throwing away or seen rotting by the roadside could cut your feed costs by up to 50% and maintain or even improve the health and productivity of your birds? Let's dive into the real-world science behind cassava peels as an alternative poultry feed. This isn't just theory. It's a data-driven, field-tested solution that's already changing farms across the globe. Hey farmers, as you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical tips on raising faster-growing broilers, boosting egg production in layers, getting bigger and stronger eggs, and keeping your chicks healthier, all using natural, organic methods. Our expert insights on feeding, disease prevention, and cost-saving strategies will take your farm to the next level. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Now, let's get back to today's video. The feed cost conundrum in poultry production. For most poultry farmers, feed represents 60 to 70% of total production costs. In countries where maize and soybean prices are rising due to inflation, climate issues, or competition with human consumption, this financial pressure can break operations. Here's the problem. While maize is an excellent energy source, it's no longer sustainable as a sole base for poultry rations. Farmers need alternatives that are affordable, locally available, and nutritionally adequate. Cassava peel, the stuff we often discard, emerges as a surprising hero. Rich in carbohydrates, abundant in cassava-growing regions, and drastically underutilized, cassava peel has the potential to offset maize dependency. But not without some work. Raw cassava peels contain anti-nutritional factors like cyanogenic glucosides that can be harmful to birds if left untreated. This is where modern feed science steps in. How cassava peels went from waste to wonder feed. Decades of research and field trials have shown that when processed correctly, particularly through fermentation, cassava peels can safely replace up to 50% of maize in poultry rations without harming growth, feed efficiency, or health. Let's unpack what the science tells us. A 2024 study by Alloy demonstrated that replacing up to 50% of maize with a cassava peel leaf mix, 9-to-1 ratio, produced no significant differences in carcass yield or organ health in broiler chickens. That's not just acceptable, it's impressive. Another study in 2026 by Muhammad, using Aspergillus niger-hydrolyzed cassava peel showed that birds could tolerate up to 50% maize replacement with no damage to liver or kidney tissues, confirmed through histological analysis. Mernawati's study in 2023. Further support comes from fermentation trials with Rhizopus oligosporus, which significantly increased crude protein content, digestibility, and metabolic energy while reducing fiber and cyanide content. Another study in 2023 by Umar and Hulu showed even immune support improved in native chickens fed cassava peel flour supplemented with symbiotics, an important benefit in reducing antibiotic dependency. How to use cassava peel safely and effectively in poultry feed.
More often, your flock might be getting sick, your hens might be producing less eggs, and your birds might not be growing faster as you'll desire. Worry not, we have created an ebook with more than 49 natural organic herbs that will ensure a faster growth for your birds, ensure that your hens lay more eggs, and ensure that your birds have an enhanced health through treating diseases and pest eradication. These herbs ranges from simple and available products such as garlic and ginger to moringa, mango leaves, and pawpaw. This ebook explains each natural product or herb using a very simple layout. Background information, biochemical composition, benefits for the poultry birds, preparation, and finally inclusion levels or dosages. So You'll be able to apply the information even if you're a beginner farmer. On top of that, you will get free consultations to help you achieve your desired goals. Get the ebook using the link in the description of this video or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Are you ready to make more money farming poultry organically?
Let's get practical. Here's how you can begin incorporating cassava peels into your poultry feed in a scientifically sound way. 1. Collect and dry the peels. Peels should be freshly collected and dried to a moisture content below 10% to prevent mold growth. This alone reduces a portion of cyanide, but doesn't fully eliminate it. 2. Choose a fermentation method. To maximize safety and nutrition, ferment the dried peels. 2 highly effective microbial options are: 1. Aspergillus niger produces cellulolytic enzymes and degrades cyanogenic compounds. 2. Rhizopus oligosporus improves protein digestibility and metabolic energy. Fermentation for 3 to 5 days, depending on temperature and moisture, produces a much more digestible and safe product. You'll notice reduced odor and a lighter color, signs that harmful compounds have broken down. 3. Formulate rations carefully. You can replace up to 50% of maize with fermented cassava peels in both broiler, layer, and local birds' diets. Make sure to balance with adequate protein sources, such as soybean meal or fish meal. Enzyme supplementation, like cellulase or protease, can further enhance digestibility. 4. Monitor bird performance. Track body weight gain, feed conversion ratio, and signs of stress. Most studies indicate optimal performance at 30 to 50% cassava peel inclusion, but the exact percentage will depend on processing quality and overall diet formulation. A quick win: start small, measure big. If you're new to using cassava peels, start with a 10 to 20% replacement of maize in your grower or finisher diets. Monitor the birds over 2 to 3 weeks, then scale up to 30 to 50% based on performance. Don't wait until you're broke to innovate. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are right under your feet. What about layers and chicks? For layer birds, the inclusion of cassava peels should be more conservative. Studies show that 10 to 20% inclusion does not negatively affect egg production or quality, but higher levels may reduce egg mass due to energy dilution unless supplemented with oil or enzyme blends. You must ensure excellent protein balance and closely monitor for early growth rates for chicks in the starter phase. Research shows that even starter chicks performed well with up to 50% high-quality cassava peel, but only when the peel was carefully fermented and balanced with protein-rich feed components. Environmental and economic wins. Aside from cost savings, cassava peel use offers serious environmental benefits. In Africa alone, over 36 million tons of cassava peel are produced annually, most of it wasted. By converting it into high-quality poultry feed, we reduce landfill waste, lower methane emissions, and improve the economics of smallholder farming. A typical farmer using 20 kilograms of cassava peel per ton of feed can save up to 378 Nigerian nairas or 50 cents per bird in feed cost alone. Multiply that across a flock of 1,000 birds, and you're looking at savings of $500 with zero compromise in quality. Final thoughts: your birds don't need expensive feed, just smart nutrition. Cassava peels aren't a silver bullet, but they're a highly effective tool in the poultry nutrition arsenal. When processed and used correctly, they can dramatically cut your feed costs, support animal health, and contribute to a more sustainable farming model. So next time you see a pile of cassava peels, don't think of it as waste. Think of it as an opportunity. Try it, test it, track your results, and take your poultry operation one step closer to profitability and sustainability. Still have questions? Feel free to ask. That's what I'm here for. In the meantime, click on the video on the screen to learn how fermenting feeds can be a game changer for more eggs and weight gain.